Hello, I designed this blockout heavily inspired by cyberpunk universe and built it in the Unreal Engine. In this video I will walk you through the design decisions, challenges behind creating plays like this. It's not an official game asset, just my personal exercise to improve and also showcase my skills. So please enjoy. I designed a location that player can approach in multiple ways, using stealth, hacking, melee combat or gunplay. Additionally, I implemented the roleplay elements that allow the mission to be completed with almost no violence at all. Cyberpunk is fundamentally a sandbox experience, so from the beginning, my focus was on the player freedom. There are 5 different ways to enter the club itself, and regardless of the player's approach, the architecture and the visual landmarks naturally guide them towards the nearest access point. The layout supports a wide range of playstyles. If the player chooses open combat, there are clear sightlines and plenty of cover. If they prefer melee, the layout enables fluid movement between enemies and bypassing some of those covers. For players focusing on hacking, camera vantage points and interactive objects provide plenty of opportunities. Stealth-focused players can take multiple routes that bypass enemy attention while also testing the player's ability to problem solve. In short, this location empowers players' choice, and every playstyle is intentionally supported and reinforced. There are 6 different paths leading to the main objective. 4 are located at street level, simple direct entrances that immediately initiate contact between bouncers or allow the player to talk to the bartender. Those are the simplest routes. The back entrance supports stealth. The moment the player uses it, they will find themselves in a restricted zone where detection becomes the primary threat. Near the FV landing pad, the player can acquire a disguise, gaining full access to the entire club. But even discovering that this is an option requires environmental observation on the player side. The last route is through the roof, a hidden path right in the plain sight behind a billboard. It allows the players to reach the objective unseen, but it's a one-way route, so they will have to find a way out. All the paths lead to the same objective, but the player has complete control over how they reach it. In this level, the environment itself tells the story. Let's start with the main landmark, a massive corporate tower dominating the skylines, constantly reminding the player who truly owns the city. Repeated advertising on the walls and building reinforces the corporation's monopoly. At street level, a dystopian contrast is very visible. Everywhere, a ruined billboard, a broken metro line, trash piled along the sidewalk. Right next to the exclusive car park, luxury and decay standing side by side. The club dancers try to attract potential customers, except one who tries to hide in the shadows. Those who pay attention to their surrounding will notice that. Is everything okay with her? Behind the club, in the dark alley, someone is being beaten down. Locals know exactly where cameras don't look. It's a small detail that highlights the brutality of this world. It may even inspire a side quest. Finally, the AV pad. Exclusive entrance suggests a clear structure. Earning a disguise here literally opens every door. For a moment, the player becomes someone who truly matters in the night city. The mechanics available in this level are very universal. The player decides how to make use of them. Hacking can directly support combat, weakening enemies, or weaponize the environment, but it can also support stealth by gathering info, creating distraction, or locking and unlocking the access routes. A key example is a vehicle hacking. These seemingly simple mechanics can distract enemy attention, turn cars into the weapons, or just use them as a mobile cover and physical barriers. Most importantly, this mechanics feels like a natural part of the world, not system placed specifically for the mission. Players feel that the night city runs on its own logic, and they are simply smart enough to exploit it. One of the greatest challenges in this level was to find the right balance between realism, gameplay clarity, and the visual appeal. A good example is the club entrance. The player must believe this place functions as a real nightclub, yet be able to instantly spot functional covers. Those elements can't look like artificial combat props, they must organically blend into the environment. The location also had to support different combat styles. Covers shouldn't block players who favors melee. That's why I just added subtle height differences. Now the covers provide solid protection for ranged players, but can be easily vaulted during melee encounters. This behavior feels natural for the player, while enemies aren't designed to take advantage of it, giving the player tactical edge without breaking immersion. Another important aspect was avoiding flat, boxy geometry. Blackouts naturally drift towards simple shapes, but that can quickly become artificial and visually dull. So I focused on verticality, irregular forms, and light detail to make space feel more engaging. Finally, imperfections are essential. In the real world, almost nothing is brand new or flawless. Damage, wear, broken edges give the environment authenticity. Cyberpunk heavily emphasizes consequences, so implementing them was key for this level. I created a simple brutality tracking system. If the player completes the mission non-violently, the situation quietly goes away, nobody hunts them, and they can collect their reward safely. If the player engages in moderate violence, the gang that owns the club will ambush them afterwards. But if the player turns the club mission into a massacre, the consequences escalate. More enemies will spawn in ambush, and the original drop point is destroyed. It's not only harder to survive the ambush, but the player also has to find a new drop point afterwards. To summarize the blocking experience, the biggest lesson for me was understanding the true scale required for cyberpunk environments. In the engine, this location already felt enormous, an incredibly large space for a single building. But once you start adding this density of detail and lights, the space shrinks very quickly. So this same building should be probably twice as large. That's all from me. I hope you enjoyed it and have a good day.